Hello and welcome to another episode here on my channel. My name is Kevin Small and today we have another Outrider video. And how does Life Leech work in Outriders? Or well, to be more precise, how does Life Leech not work in Outriders? And you might say, huh? What do you mean? Well, I'll have to do a little bit of explanation here very quick. First of all, what you are seeing here is just me playing the game and doing some Life Leech, so I don't really have to show you too much, and you just have to listen. And I will also put the description, how it exactly works, down in the first comment, so you can read it up again if you are like, I haven't fully understood what you meant, but I try to make this as easy as possible. So before we jump into this, I cannot fully explain to you how Life Leech works in the game. Wait, why are you making this video then? I can tell you how it works to 90%, and the rest of the 10% is something which makes it really hard for theory crafters right now to check on, because let's be honest here, we don't really have like a lot of like checking abilities. Like it is really tough to get some samples sometimes, and it takes us a lot of time, and just people come together on Reddit or even in like certain discords to throw their ideas together and see how it works, because the game doesn't make it easy for us to actually find exactly out how Outriders does certain things. So let's talk about Life Leech. You might think that Life Leech works like all the other games. You have a percentage number, which let's say does 10% Life Leech. You do damage, and 10% of that number goes back to your health. And if you thought that, then you were right, but you were also wrong. So as it stands right now, Outriders has a two-part component Life Leech going on. So what does that mean? Well, means that it works exactly as you thought at the beginning. Let me give you an example. You have 100 health, you have 10% Life Leech, and you have a weapon which does 100 damage per bullet. So you are getting back 10% of your health, which is 10 health. Pretty simple, right? But now let's make it a little bit more complicated, and this is where the issue lies. You have 100 health, you have 10% Life Leech, but your weapon does now 200 damage per bullet. So how much health do you get back? You might assume 20 health, right? Because that's 10% of 200 damage. The answer is no. You are getting 10 health back. You're like, wait, what? But that's not 10% of 200 damage. What is going on? Well, the answer is the 10% is the damage you do, but also the percentage of the maximum health you have. So, because our character has only 100 health, the maximum amount of Life Leech you can get is 10%. So that is 10 health. That's the limit. To up that limit, you need, well, more health, or you need more Life Leech. That is the maximum amount of health you can actually get back from Life Leech. And it makes things very complicated. And that is for weapon damage. The same goes for ability damage. So whenever you're using an ability, the same goes there. Like it does 10% or 20 or 25 or whatever Life Leech number you have, and you get the health back. But it also goes to the maximum amount of health you have. So let's say you have 25% ability leech, then 25% of your health and 25% of the damage is then the calculated health you are actually getting back. Now, what's with status effects? Well, that is unfortunately something I cannot fully answer to you, because it seems like that the status effects work a little bit different. There seems to be a different effect of Life Leech on status effects. Like it seems right now from what we have tested is that status effects are not getting the full percentage of the Life Leech. So let's say you have 25% Life Leech. You are not getting the full 25%, but we don't know fully yet what the number is, because it seems to change a bit. The same goes, I know that this is a question a lot of people have actually, for the Technomancer, right? The Technomancer has a built-in passive where they're healing just for damage instead of killing enemies. I cannot tell you what that percentage number is, because it also seems to change a bit with the level up, but it also doesn't seem to go with the life leech you find on weapons and on items in general. Like, it's a little bit weird, so this is another one I unfortunately cannot answer, but I would like to. Believe me, we would definitely look a little bit more into this. Like, I know that a lot of people are trying things out right now in theory, crafting threads and especially discords. And we are testing, like, we are trying, and there will be definitely an update when we find it. But right now, I can tell you how weapon damage works, I can tell you how ability damage works, and I can tell you how a little bit of the status effect works. But what does that mean for you? Well, that means for you, under all those circumstances, you want fast shooting weapons. Because every bullet is doing life leech, and the more bullets you can shoot, the more efficient the life leech is. It doesn't help you when you have, let's say, a sniper rifle who does a bazillion damage, but only shoots a bullet every 10 seconds. That life leech is completely useless on the weapon. So what you want is SMGs, some of the double guns and LMGs, and some of the shotguns, like the auto shotguns and the slug one. Not the narrow one, but the slug one. Like, you want fast shooting weapons if you build on Life Leech. And right now, Life Leech seems to be very strong for a lot of builds, so it definitely makes sense. But also status effects are really good, because they are ticking very fast, and the more status effects you have, the more ticks you have. And the numbers are also relatively small, those status effects do later, so you get most of the maximum effect out of it, right? Like, there are a lot of classes out there, like the Devastator right now with their bleeding builds, who does a lot of fast ticks on the bleeding, and it stays up for a long time. But also the numbers are not completely crazy, so you don't have a lot of life leech, which you miss out on, because you have reached the maximum percentage. Oh yeah, there's also like one other thing. There seems to be a hard cap on how much life leech you have, or you can have. Unfortunately, the game is not telling you. And we are still trying to figure that out as well. But yeah, there's a lot of like difference going on. So I'll keep you definitely posted. The moment we are finding like all those questions, I would definitely post another video to update this. But I think this should help you already. Like, this should help a lot of people to understand how Life Leech works and how to stay alive, right? I mean, that's the most important thing in this game, because you can die very quickly in Outriders, and that should help. But yeah, again, keep in mind, Life Leech, one last TLDR. The percentage number is A, the damage you do, so 10% of your damage, but also the maximum amount of your XP, which is 10% or 25% or whatever Life Leech number you have of your maximum health. Again, if you want to see it in written form, check out the first comment, which I will do under the video, and there you can see it in written form again. And then if you still have questions, just shoot. I try to answer them as much as possible, and then I will keep you posted when we know more. And there will be probably some other theory crafting videos coming up in the foreseeable future, but it will take a while, because as I said, Outriders is not doing the greatest job to give us all the information we need. So there's a lot of like self-initiative we have to do here. Alright folks, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, and if you're new to the channel, you want to see more Outrider videos, or also Evil Genius 2 videos we are still doing, and a lot of other games coming out this year, and you want to see more of them, and guides and just general gameplay, don't forget to subscribe. I would definitely appreciate that. It helps out the channel a lot. We're also super close to 1,000 followers, like super duper close, and I would appreciate the support. With that said, thank you so much for watching, Stay safe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.